the visitors. The mesmerizing cultural performances by artists from across the state captivated the audience. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we kickstart the session with a tete-a-tete with two outstanding individuals, both equally successful in their own rights, but share a common bond, that with their roots. Our first guest is an avant-garde fashion designer whose journey from the bylanes of Raulkela to the dazzling red carpet of New York Fashion Week and to the immaculate corridors of the White House has captured the imagination of many young aspirants. His humble beginnings didn't stop him from following and achieving his dreams. Today, his work has been featured by the top fashion glossies like Vogue, Marie Claire, and even the Wall Street Journal. His clothes find admirers in Saks, Nordstrom, and stores from across the globe. Former First Lady Michelle Obama is a fan of his craft and endorses his outfits with elan, and so do some of the most celebrated stars in Hollywood. His hand-woven silks collections from the traditional weavers of Odisha evokes the flavors of his roots in his designs. And most recently, he has launched his own jewelry line in collaboration with De Beers. Ladies and gentlemen, our very own Odia boy, Bibhu Mahapatra. Ladies and gentlemen, our other speaker is a man who juggles many hats with equal ease. A successful entity in the business world, an established author, an able administrator, and above all, a people's person. After stepping down as the executive chairman of Mindtree, he's heading the state's Skill Development Authority as its chairman, creating employable skills for over 1.1 million youth in the state of Odisha. One of India's best-known authors who had a long-standing column in Forbes India titled The Zen Garden, published subsequently as an anthology by Penguin. The column was based on intense one-to-one conversation with the likes of the Dalai Lama, Amir Khan, Jimmy Wales, Nandan Nilekani, Kiran Shah Majumdar, to name only a few. Ladies and gentlemen, Bangalore's loss is Bhubaneswar's gain. Shri Subrato Bagchi. Please join me in welcoming them both. Shri Subrato Bagchi in conversation with Bibhu Mahapatra. The floor is all yours, Shri Bagchi.
Where the early risers took their walk, and over just ladies maintain the talk. At all cost, bouncing on their fragile feet. They were all
Bibhu,
Hi.
केमती लागुची?
बहुत बहुत ଭଲ ଲାଗୁଛି. Thank you. I want to thank our Honorable Chief Minister Sri Naveen Patnaik to allow me to be here to make this evening possible for me. I'm really proud.
So, Odia puo, Raurkelar puo, aji biswa bijoy heichante. Mono kohuchi, prana kohuchi, Odia re kotha hebi, kintu duro durantoru aschanti Make In Odisha ko bahut guest tenu इंग्राजी रे कथा हवा I'm sure मझरे ओडिया माने चाहिबे टिका आपण दीपद ओडिया कहंतु but we'll have to keep the conversation largely to English so that people follow. Let's start with Raurkela. D37 thila na quarter number?
Yes.
D37.
Yes.
Very nice. So D37 रे आपण को जन्म होइतला बापा कोक ओवन प्लांट रे इंजीनियर थिले टिके बापा को कथा कहंतु.
Definitely. My dad was born in my ancestral village home in Kalipur in Bhadrak district. And Again, a man of great integrity, huge dream. Came to Rourkela in the late 50s as a young trainee, joined the steel plant. And, worked really hard. And yes, Sector 18D37, we were all born there, all my siblings who are here except for one.
Fantastic. Can they wave from the audience?
There is my sister.
Okay, very nice.
So, yes, his story has always been inspiring to me. I wish both my parents were here today. This is really what a homecoming.
So what was the most defining thing about being your father's son? You know, your father was a manifested individual, right? Engineer by the day, entrepreneur by night, tinkerer. But above all, you recall him as a man with great generosity.
Absolutely.
So, kahantu generosity kahile tankara ko digata apanku prathame chuitila. What part of his generosity touched you every day?
Absolutely. Small things, big things. He would go to our local fish market and empty it out so that he could distribute it to people that he loved, and including his workers in his factory. He knew what they liked. Ko type of macho, kemti tango bhal lage, chotto macho kebe asibo. So he knew all the schedules, and that's giving was part of his living, and he did that very well. And we sort of looked up to that, and that was a part of his nature, and we lived around by that. But he had a big dream, and he was working full-time at the steel plant, but always wanted to start his own little factory. And after works, he, little by little, in the 70s, with the help of his friends, he started Annapurna Engineering Private Limited. With loans from his relatives and friends, he bought a few old second-hand machines from Calcutta. Fast forward to the 80s, where he decided to take retirement and went full force, and he made something big out of it.
But the man also had other esoteric tests, like being a photographer who could never afford his own camera, right. So he'd borrow his friend's camera and took pictures of all of you.
Absolutely. Both my parents were artistic. My dad was a very technical mind, and I think that's where I got my technical thinking a little bit, I think. But he was also a brilliant photographer. He understood faces and lights, and sabu amar jete relatives eti bahut jana bi achanti tankar they have portraits by dad. Every household. And so he would have an old borrowed camera, and he would develop it with the local developer, and he'll make beautiful prints and distribute.
Fantastic. And, you know, so much so that for the audience, I must tell that he taught Bibhu how to watch a Satyajit Ray film. And he said, you need to be trained to watch a Satyajit Ray film. A man had that perspective in a place like Rourkela. So, Bibhu, take a man ko katha aba.
Definitely. Ma janma hitle gote chota village very close to my dad's village, Kolohat. She was, again, another incredible human being, very kind, generous, but very strong. She's the one who loved to do little sewings and little embroideries as a kid, and all those panels were in that living room of D37 Sector 18.
So, ma jetebele sewing machine re basikiri silai korthule. When mom used to be on the sewing machine, Usha sewing machine, yes, right? Yes. That pedal sewing machine.
Yes.
You were about 12 or 13 when yes. one day you said,
I want to know.
I want to know. I want to know. So yeah. What did she do?
She she got up from the chair. She's like, okay, sit. Try to cholaibu para chala machine.
So mom says, cholaibu para chola. And that changes everything. So give mom a big hand. And that is the day that designer Bibhu Mohapatra was born, except that you didn't have a model.
Well, I did. It's my sister Lopa, who is very kind and 2 years older to me.
Is she there today?
There she is, I think. Yes.
I can't see. Lopa? Can somebody give her a mic to Lopa?
I don't think that's a good idea. She's going to spill all my bins.
Oh, we're not going to lose this. Lopa, can somebody give a mic to her, please? Right here, right here. Look at my fingers. Okay, by the time you get him, there you are there, run, run, run. There she is, the most beautiful woman, right there. So, Lopa, bhai feri aschi et dina pare. Kemti laguchi?
बहुत ଭଲ ଲାଗୁଛି ଭାଇ ଖାଲି ଭାଇ ନୁହେଁ ମୋର ବେଷ୍ଟ ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡ
Oh.
So, is
Very
it
sweet.
true that his first design was on you?
yeah it's
Okay.
true
Okay.
Yeah,
I
she
am
would-
the experiment guinea pig
Oh my God.
She made a deal with me that, okay, is it okay if I wear this at home? Please don't ask me to go out. So until after years of
So
self-training.
you won't be seen in a Bibhu Mahapatra collection at that time. ସେତେବେଳେ କ'ଣ ଭାବିଥିଲେ ଭାଇ ଆଜି ଏତେ ବାଟ ଯିବ ଆକାଶରେ ଉଡ଼ିବ ବିଶ୍ୱ ବିଜୟୀ ହେବ
ଭାବି ନଥିଲି କିନ୍ତୁ ତାର ଛୋଟବେଳୁ ଯେତେ he was very passionate about what he does so ସେତେବେଳୁ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଥିଲି ସେ ଯାହା ବି କରୁଛି ଯେମିତି ରାତିରେ ଆମେ ତ ସବୁ ଶୋଇଯାଉ ସେ କିଛି ବି ଗୋଟେ ନିଏ ଆଉ ସକାଳେ ମୁଁ ଦେଖେ ମୋ ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ଡ୍ରେସ୍ ରେଡି ହେଇକି ଅଛି
Fantastic. Wow, nice.
he
How
was
nice.
so passionate
Very good.
ସେତେବେଳେ ଲାଗୁଥିଲା କି ସେ ନିଶ୍ଚୟ ତାର ସ୍ୱପ୍ନକୁ ସାକାର କରିବ
ବହୁତ ଭଲ କହିଲେ. Thank you, Lopa. Give her a big hand.
Thank you so
back
much,
to
sir.
mom. So mom said, try your hand out. And you cut her bed sheets and
Her
old
saris.
saris. And then came time when there was a wedding in the family, right? And what did she do?
She was kind of keeping an eye on me, and then she said, like, okay, the wedding of your cousin is coming up, so why don't you take some money, buy something and design something for your sister that's real, and then she can wear it. So that's the first time I got my first validation for my work, that she thought that I was good enough to have that money to buy something and let my sister wear something in public. And I remember the very time she walked into that big hall and she feeling confident and empowered. And that's mission still is true with me, that I want to empower women. I want to give them confidence through my work.
Fantastic. Kintu, ଆପଣଙ୍କର ସେତେବେଳେ ଧାରଣା ନଥିଲା ଯେ ଆପଣ ଦିନେ ଆମେରିକା ପହଞ୍ଚିବେ ଡିଜାଇନ ପଢ଼ିବା ପାଇଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଜଣେ ଅର୍ଥନୀତିଜ୍ଞ ଲୁଚିକିରି ଥିଲେ ଆପଣ ଇକୋନୋମିକ୍ସ ପଢ଼ିବାକୁ ଚାହିଁଥିଲେ ସୋ ସମୟ ଆସିଲା ଦିନେ ଆମେରିକା ଯୋଗୁ ଇକୋନୋମିକ୍ସ ପଢ଼ିବାକୁ and you left Raurkela, okay? From Raurkela you took a train to Kolkata. Yes. You checked into Utkal Bhavan, yes. Right? Now that's the man going away, right? And then from Utkal Bhavan, you land up all the way to Salt Lake City. Yes. Economics padhiya pai aschanti. Again. And sethi jetole pahunchile tonka nothila. You didn't have much money. So you had your moment of truth trying to find a job in the campus. 20-hour a week job. Tell us about that.
It was funny. Odisha re Bodhiki, I had a very happy, loving childhood. Actually, all of us, all my siblings can vouch for that. We never had to, we were doing all our work, but never had to really work for a living because I'm a ghare bodhichu. So going to Utah, I had certain amount of money that my parents gave me, and I told myself that I will not ask for ଆଉ ଅଧିକା ପଇସା ମାଗିବିନି ଘରକୁ କାହିଁକି ନା ମୁଁ ଜାଣିଥିଲି ଯଦି ମୁଁ ମାଗିବି ସେ କେମିତି କ'ଣ କରିକି ମୋତେ ସେ ପଇସା ପଠେଇବେ so $4,000 he had given me and that was for one semester and I had to figure out what happens after that so I went to the job board to look for a job there was one posting that said 20 hours good for international students so I called my cousin Sarita who was a key role player in me going to America she was a professor there. She said, "Oh, you have a job possibility. What's the title of the job?" I said, "I don't know. It says janitor's job." So she didn't tell me anything. She's like, "Okay, go apply." So I went and applied. It was at the college university inn. There was a little hotel on the university campus. So I meet the managers.
Hey, don't show your finger like this. Do I look like that manager?
No.
So
but
you met this manager.
Someone very
Sure.
respectable,
Okay,
dignified like yourself. So then I'm thinking like, oh, maybe that's the computer I'll get a job because I was crunching numbers. So then after the third meeting, they said, okay, let's introduce you to Jay, who's going to help you. He's going to be a supervisor. And Jay is a man, very nice elderly man, takes me to the closet of cleaning closet, joti bibhinna prakar jhadu, safa safi jinsa sabu sethere achi. Then only I realized that acha mor ei kamata mate milibo.
So bathroom safa kariya arambha hala. You have to clean toilets.
8 toilets, 5 floors of vacuuming, and snow shoveling during the winter.
So when he did that, actually he had a nervous breakdown, cleaning toilets. Bibhu Mahapatra from Rourkela. And then when...
Hello.
So when he had his nervous breakdown, he calls mom, and mom said, congratulations, ete sigro, ete badhiya chakri pai golu, to sabu problem solve hejibo. So that was the spirit of the mother. But then something else happened, and you met Jeanette, the professor in economics, who chanced to see your notebook where you had doodles. And what did Jeanette do?
She was my major professor in economics, and she accidentally saw my sketchbook, and she says, well, you need to go to New York. And New York impossible. But see, next day she gives me 2 brochures from Parsons School of Design and Fashion Institute of Technology. I started doing my research. Then she didn't stop at that. To make sure I really follow through, she called her professors in the art department and made a deal with them that allowed me to sit on the back of their classrooms without paying for that class, so that I could practice sketching, so that I could prepare for my application. I am forever grateful to her, like many people.
So when you went to the Fashion Institute in New York, you were actually left with every day $1.75, right? That was all there for you to eat. And then you told me once that you used to make pamphlets like Chinese takeaway menus, and you used to go distribute it in the fashion street asking for work.
I had to do that. I had a limited amount of resources. Morati Mousa Mausi, Achanti, Bresar Patnaik, Jayanti Patnaik, say co-sign column student loan paying, but that loan was only for room and board and tuition. And whatever money left, I did the math for a year, $1.75 every day. I had to live with that for my food. But I also knew that after my 1-year program, I need to have some experience so that I can get a job immediately. Otherwise, I won't do it. So I would be on the streets. So I printed a bunch of my copies of my CV and walked into all these fancy buildings with big names, Calvin Klein, Oscar de la Renta, all these floors I went. Jaiki more CV guda drop kar deli. So we've been strange looks there, like kiye pilar asikanthi douchi sabu resume. But actually, I got 2 calls from that, and I did that turned into a job for a year. I was working 5 to 11 every night and both weekend days. That worked out.
And then after you finished your studies, you started your career with J. Mendel.
Yes.
And so that is when the designer is beginning to take shape. And fast forward, a time came when you had a 15 by 15 room, which you call the box, the white box, right?
Yes, the thinking
box. And that
box.
is where the thinking box, that's where Bibhu Mahapatra was born.
Yes, that's where the brand was born. And I have to give a lot of credit to my partner, Robert Beard, who's sitting there.
Hi, Robert.
Who also sort of kicked me, like, Bibhu, you're doing all this incredible work. You need to start something of your own. You're an artist. You need to be able to ନିଜକୁ express କରିବା ପାଇଁ ନିଜର 100% vocabulary express କରିବା ତମର dream ଥିଲା. So he would always, he made me rent that 15 by 15 thinking box in Manhattan, paying $1,500 rent every month. That forced me to do something.
And along the way, you started dressing the likes of Celine Dion and Michelle Obama.
Yes,
and tell us a few more of your favorites.
Well, yeah, these are some amazing women that have inspired me. There are, Michelle Obama, who I was sketching one day in my studio. I had a big assignment, so I had put my phone on silent. The phone rings, and it says unavailable. So I pick up, and then a very sort of a strong voice says, "Is this Bibhu Mahapatra?" I said, "Yes." Then the guy says, "Sir, this is a call from the Air Force One." And so then I say, "Yeah, right." sir, this is, no, he's like, no, sir, this is actually a call from the Air Force One. Miss Meredith Coop would love to speak with you. This is something urgent. So that was, they were making, the President Obama and Michelle Obama making a trip somewhere, and there was some urgent need. And so that's how they reached out to me from the Air Force One. And I couldn't believe it. And that's when I got my first connection with Michelle Obama, and I made something for her.
Fantastic. So tell us, there are lots of young entrepreneurs here, and
Yes.
there are lots of startups here. So during the course of your experience as a professional and later on as an entrepreneur, what were some of the key lessons of success? What are the Bibhu mantra, if you will? If there are 4 or 5 things you want to leave behind with all the young aspirant entrepreneurs here, what would they be?
Absolutely. Any job, any business, it's always a balance of creativity and commerce. That balance is the delicate balance that needs to be kept.
Creativity and commerce
Yes.
at the same time.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And so that balance needs to be achieved. Second thing is your team. I have a tiny but very, very mighty team back in New York that work with me hand in hand. I learn from them every day. So the team, so you need to learn how to build a team. Not only that, you have to be inspired by them and inspire them also. Then the third thing is really balancing your personal life and your professional life so that your sanity is always there so that you can really think clearly. And lastly, I would say all along you have to really believe in yourself, work hard, but you also have to be nice. You have to be nice to people because that little bit of niceness goes a long way. People remember that for a long time.
Fantastic. You have to be nice. And you are a nice guy, Bibhu. You are a really nice guy. And I think a lot of generosity that you experienced as a child from your parents still flows through you. And we really, really thank you for coming all the way to do this for us. But tell me, you are the messiah of the creative economy. And so what is this creative economy all about?
I think it's as far as creative economy in Odisha is concerned, it is the time for Odisha to sign. This is a state that we have. It's one of the richest in its craft and culture and its karigari. So I am made by that. My creative DNA is shaped by the things that I saw when I was growing up, whether it's my mom's sari or the Tarakasi jewelry.
Sundargarhra Palas Phulo, jota
Absolutely.
mane New York Times correspondent ko bujheyaku chesta korthile. How do you explain Palas Phulo to a New York Times correspondent?
That was a story. We were going somewhere, maybe we were going to our family's village in Kalipur again during the summer months. I would see that the trees would be like fire. There's no orange, red, and black. And so I would ask mom, like, what is that? That's so beautiful. Sometimes bus would stop and I would go and look at them and I couldn't reach them. So she told me a story. That's one of the most beautiful flowers, but it has a curse that it's not offered to the gods for some reason. So
Because it doesn't have a smell.
I guess
Palasra gandha nahi. Back to the creative economy. Tell us about what does it entail? Kon hobo? Akku jitebala ame dekhiba je ei jo gote nua rakamra arthaniti aschi. New kind of opportunities are coming up. What do you see? You know, how is technology changing? You know, what is, you know, the Gen X, Y, Z, post Z? How are they looking at things? And you always talk about authenticity. You talk about how bespoke will prevail over mass design. So give us a feel of what you see the future unfolding.
Absolutely. We're at a very interesting stage. We are going through a filtering system. Technology is evolving every second, as does the brilliant young minds. And especially in Odisha, we have these young minds who are really thinking freely. And I met some of them that have already achieved so many things. So not only, and they're thinking outside of the box, not in the traditional ways, but they're also thinking about creatively. There are a lot of creative potential out of Odisha that could be economized and could be added to the on the world platform, especially to the fashion industry. For me, the generation, whether the Gen X or the generations after, they are equipped with the technology. They have a different mode of communicating. I'm learning from my young team every day how to sort of reach that target consumer. She could be thousands of miles away. the connection is everything. That connectivity is what is the strength of the next new generation.
You know, when I met you first time, I was really bowled over when you said, you know, all the traditional ERPs, traditional ways in which business sold to customers is going to die because high-value luxury items are being bought on Instagram.
Yes.
Is that really true? You sell stuff on Instagram?
We do. I mean, we are not ready for it, to be very honest. But I found out accidentally that we have this email on our Instagram account. No one checked it. We had 1 year of inquiries about products that I have put on there. Things were like, you know, $5,000, $10,000 a piece. We tried to salvage them. We went back all the 1 year. My teams, I think a lot of it got converted.
So you think the creative economy is real and Odias have a good chance to go win the world?
Absolutely, because Odias are wired differently. We're different people. We are nimble. Our sensibilities are different. Our skill sets are really, really different. Plus, we are backed by the heritage of craft and tradition of be it handloom or be it jewelry or filigree work or be it pipli work. All those things really are our big foundations, and that's what shaped me. I think that's where Odisha gets its edge.
Jettabele apan eka thanti New York City re the lights are dimmed. Desho katha mane pade, Raurkela katha mane pade, Odisha katha mane pade. Kon hue?
I think back. I always think that what was the trade-off for me to घर छाड़ी जिबा से उत्कल भवन कथा कि सांगमान को छाड़ी जिबा 22 वर्ष हो गला बहुत मने पड़े किंतु मते गोटे at the end of that moment I feel like okay, I'm assured that my roots with my motherland has been stronger since I left. All those memories of the people that cared for me, loved me and inspired me, those bonds have become more vivid. Some of them are here, some of them are long gone, but I wish all of them were here today to so that I could.
Ko Odia ko katha manu ko ase jetbele apankor Odia identity katha apan bhabanti setebele ko prakhyata ba alpo janashuna Odia jahanko katha apan manu ko ase?
Kola, art is a big thing for me, whether it's music or literature or acting.
So who are these people?
Akshay Mahanti hele, Nirmala Mishra hele, or writers like Gopinath Mahanti or lot of them. And so dancers like Sanjukta Pranigai and Kelcharan Mahapatra. These are individuals. These were who shaped what our culture is like today. And they inspired and they still keep inspiring millions of people. I know a few people here who are huge disciples of some of these people, whether they're writers or dancers or actors. These are the people who shaped my DNA.
Fantastic.
DNA.
So love having this conversation. I wish that we had all the evening to ourselves. And but like all good things, this must end, but better things are in store. Well, let me ask you a trick question here. Do you consider yourself to be skilled?
No, I'm skilled in Odisha, so that's my strength. So, and Odisha shaped me, and whatever I am today, I have a lot of people to thank. But Odisha is what gave me my foundation, my launching pad.
Fantastic. So, would you accept this "Skilled in Odisha" button from me?
Yes. Absolutely.
And would you wear it proudly?
Yes.
And after that, would you show us some of the skills which are waiting backstage, which people are waiting with bated breath to experience immersively the creative economy presented by Bibhu Mahapatra.
Thank you. Thank you, Subrata. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can leave that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard the candid conversation between our very own Bibhu Mahapatra and Sri Bagchi. And now it's time to see his breathtaking collection. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Bibhu Mahapatra's Fall-Winter 2018 collection. Please give a big round of applause.
And I sneeze every day, yeah. 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 And I sneeze every day,
Ladies and gentlemen, Archita Sahu. Ladies and gentlemen, Bibu Mohapatra.
Ji.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after that stupendous fashion show, it's now time for the formal proceedings of the valedictory session. May I now please invite Honorable Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik ji to kindly join us on stage. I also invite Shri Ananta Das, Honorable Minister, Shri Subrata Bagchi, Shri Aditya Padhi, Shri Vibhu Mahapatra, Shri Sanjeev Chopra and Shri Sanjay Singh to please join us on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please request you to join me in once again extending a very warm welcome to Honorable Chief Minister on stage. With this, I'd like to now request Shri Sanjeev Chopra, Principal Secretary, Industries Department, Government of Odisha, to kindly brief us on the proceedings of the Make in Odisha Conclave 2018.
Honorable Chief Minister Odisha, all the dignitaries on the dais, honorable ministers present here, my colleagues from the government, delegates from across the globe, friends, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It's my proud privilege to present the proceedings of the past 2.5 days. I would like to make a beginning by mentioning the total number of delegate registrations that have happened, which has covered 21 states and 19 countries. And the total number is 5,074. The expo, which some of you might have visited, and those who have not, my earnest request would be to visit the expo. This is not only the largest expo that the state has organized ever, but more importantly, all the companies which have come forward to demonstrate the manufacturing prowess of the state have tried to use immersive technology to give you a sense of Odisha of today and what the companies here are doing. It's definitely worth a visit. The total expo area is 20,770 square meters. We have been overwhelmed by the response that we've got to the expo. In fact, we were deliberating whether to have the expo at all or not. And after a lot of brainstorming, we felt that this is going to be the showpiece of the entire expo, entire conclave. And accordingly, this particular expo has been curated with the cooperation, participation, and support of all the companies. I'd like to thank them. And also mention that the total footfall in the entire conclave till now has been 31,806. The number of G2B and B2B discussions, so what we are seeing today is a culmination of what's happened over the past 1 year, ever since in November 2017, the Honorable Chief Minister announced the dates of the conclave. And since then, there has been a very intensive engagement with the industry. And Honorable Chief Minister himself has led a delegation from the state to Chennai, to Mumbai, and to Delhi. And as a result of which, we have had a wide range of meetings, and the total number is 692. The conclave structure, in case you would have seen, has 19 conclave sessions, and these conclave sessions are not just confined to pure industry, but also range across the entire spectrum of the economy, from agri-business to agri-marketing to women entrepreneurship to corporate social responsibility to a 36-hour hackathon to biotechnology to many other areas which actually demonstrate the entire economy of the state in all its entirety. And we are very happy that we have got participation from some top-notch speakers from India and abroad. And the total numbers who have joined us during this conclave is 253. The other unique feature of this conclave has been the hackathon, which has been organized by the Skill Development and Technical Education Department. It saw an unprecedented response. We were comparing with similar hackathons which have happened across the country, and we find this has been by far the most widely participated and attended hackathons in the country. We have given problem statements to the participants who are from across the country. And the total number of registrations for the hackathon is 4,096. And the Honorable CM would be participating, hopefully, in the prize distribution that would happen on the 15th of November. That's 2 days from now. The conclave has seen very, very wide engagement on the social media. And across the various platforms and across the various channels, it has seen it's a great response that we've got from the participants and the visitors to the social media channels. And the total number of engagements across Facebook and Twitter is 11,83,316. In fact, if you see to your left, there's a Twitter wall, a live Twitter wall, where what's happening and what people are tweeting across the world is being displayed live. I would come to the last highlight of this particular conclave, and that's been the I Am Odisha campaign, which we ran on the social media. This campaign was started in August, launched by the Honorable CM in the roadshow at Mumbai on the 8th of August. We have been trying, since the entire theme of the conclave is I Am Odisha, we have been trying to showcase the success stories of entrepreneurship, of innovation, of Odiyas across the world, and Vibhu Mahapatra being a prime example, so that people who do not know much about what the state has done or what its successful sons and daughters have done, probably through this campaign, the idea was to reach out to the entire world and tell them as to what the state and her people have done in various spheres, particularly in entrepreneurship and innovation. This particular campaign was hugely successful. We highlighted stories like Vibhu Mahapatra, and they were numbering about 120. And the idea was to use them, like people like Vibhu Mahapatra, use them as a motivation to others in the state, Odiyas in the state and abroad, or across the country, to tell that in case this has been achieved by the sons and daughters, by brothers and sisters in Odisha or outside, it is something which is eminently doable. We crowdsourced stories of similar success achieved by the Odiyas across the world, some known, some not so known, some not known at all. And we got a huge response from the Odiyas across the world. We shortlisted about 9 entries through this campaign. And we had presentations by these 9 participants in the morning today. And a jury from Silicon Valley rated these presentations and the work done by these successful young men and women. And the top three will be awarded today by the Honorable CM in just a little while. So the number of engagements across Facebook and Twitter that we have got for this campaign is, I think something wrong with the ticker. So the number of engagements across Facebook and Twitter that we've got for this campaign, I Am Odisha, numbers 7,78,435. So with this, I conclude the presentation, and I would like to leave you with a short video proceeding of the past 2.5 days. Thank you very much.
I welcome all of you to the new Odisha. Come join us and be a part of this transformation.
My admiration for the state goes beyond the long-standing relationship of the Aditya Birla Group. Orissa is fast becoming an ideal investment destination, not only in India, but across the world.
It is a state with a very stable government, a very, very proactive bureaucracy, ready infrastructure, a very large pool of skilled manpower.
Honorable Chief Minister, your plan and how you make world excited so they come here, any plan on the tourism?
We have historic temples, we have a huge coastline of almost 500 kilometers, we have the great Chilka Lake, we have wonderful beaches and wildlife parks. We are working very hard in the tourism sector, and it's certainly coming up very well.
Think investment. Think Odisha.
Ladies and gentlemen, the theme of this year's conclave has been I Am Odisha, which celebrates the successes of Odisha and her people in creating a vibrant ecosystem for business in the state. There has been many success stories that have evolved from the state, and awards will be presented to some of these success stories. Ladies and gentlemen, the expo at the Make In Odisha Conclave 2018 showcases the manufacturing prowess of the state. Key companies operating out of Odisha having presented their stories of their successful operations in Odisha through the expo. This year, the company's stall set up by the companies at the expo provided immersive and interactive experience for the visitors through use of modern, next-gen and smart technologies. 119 exhibitors from MSMEs, startups, and large companies of Odisha participated in the expo. The winners under the Best Stall category were decided by an independent and eminent jury, including experts from industry and academia based on design element, content showcase, technologies showcase, and the overall theme projection. May I request Honorable Minister for Industries to kindly hand over the awards for the best stall at the Make in Odisha Expo. Ladies and gentlemen, the awards are being conferred in 3 categories. For the best stall under 36 square meter category, Batigar Sustainable Solutions Private Limited, may I please call upon Ms. Palak Agarwal, Managing Director, to receive this award. Congratulations. And now for the best stall in the 37 and 75 square meter category goes to Reliance Jio Infocom Limited. And may I please call upon stage Mr. Pradeep Raut, CEO of and State Business Head from Reliance Jio Odisha. And now for the best stall above the 75 square meter category. It goes to, ladies and gentlemen, Odisha Computer Application Center. And may I please call upon Mr. Aditya Mahapatra, OSD OCAC and Joint Secretary to the Electronics and IT Department, to kindly receive this. Heartiest congratulations to all the winners in this category, and thank you, Honorable Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, the state government has institutionalized corporate social responsibility in the state through the formation of a CSR Council and development of a CSR portal, Government of Odisha, CSR Administration and Responsive Engagement, Go Care, to recognize the corporates for their excellence in undertaking CSR activities in the state. Nominations were invited from companies operating in Odisha in various categories. The nominations were adjudged by an independent jury of experts from the field of CSR. May I please request Honorable Chief Minister to kindly hand over the awards in this category. In the category of maximum CSR outreach in terms of districts covered, the award goes to Odisha Mining Corporation Limited. May I please call upon Mr. R. Vinil Krishnan, Managing Director, OMC, along with his team, to receive this. Ladies and gentlemen, as many as 21 out of total 30 districts of Odisha are covered by the company under CSR activities in various sectors, benefiting a large chunk of deprived and underprivileged population. In the category of the most innovative CSR project, the award goes to ACC Limited. May I call upon stage Mr. Pratyush Panda, Vice President CSR, along with his team, to please come on stage. The name of the project, ladies and gentlemen, is ACC Vidya Utkarsh. More than 25,000 students have been reached out with the focus on quality education in government schools, which includes digital education, child-centric playway method, vocational skill training, and scholarship for education. Many congratulations. In the category of the most impactful CSR project, ladies and gentlemen, the award goes to Tata Steel. May I please call upon Mr. Ambika Prasad Nanda, Head CSR Odisha, and his team to come on stage. The award is being given for the 1,000 Schools program of the company, which aims to create replicable and scalable model for the universalization of elementary education in Odisha. The project has benefited over 1.5 lakh students in 1,170 schools of Jajpur, Keonjhar and Sundargarh districts. In the category of diversity of CSR spending across sectors, the award goes to Mahanadi Coalfields Limited. May I please call upon stage Mr. Ellen Mishra, Director Personnel, along with his team to receive this award. Ladies and gentlemen, out of the 11 prescribed sectors for CSR, the company has done exemplary sustainable development work in as many as 9 critical sectors, including healthcare, education, rural development, gender equality, and national heritage protection, covering 9 largely populated districts of Odisha. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for this year's conclave has been I Am Odisha. Odia entrepreneurs from across the country have submitted their entrepreneurial stories, and the following awards today are being presented to the successful entries, recognizing them as Pride of Odisha. The entries were judged by an independent jury of experts from Silicon Valley, from the United States of America. I would once again like to request our Honorable Chief Minister to present these awards for Pride of Odisha. Dr. Sumona Karji Mishra, founder Prante Solutions. Shri Sumona Mishra decided to work on the conditions, symptoms, detections and preventions to ensure a safe motherhood for millions of women like her. She founded Prante Solutions in Bhubaneswar in 2015, a startup focusing on developing diagnostic healthcare for pregnancy using state-of-the-art technology. The next award goes to Mr. Suvan Satyendu, founder and CEO DigiChamps. He has set on a journey to build DigiChamps with a firm vision of providing individual attention to every child for their educational development. Thereafter, he built a team of hardworking and passionate individuals who would constantly strive to plug the dearth of individual mentors for each child. And the last but not least award goes to Mr. Shashank Singhal, co-founder of MedTel Healthcare Private Limited. He co-founded the MedTel Healthcare in February 2017. It's a platform that allows online integration of doctors, diagnostics, drugs and data, and is changing the conventional way of medical practice by bridging the gap between rural and urban healthcare. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you once again to give a big hand to all the award winners this evening. Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. The Make in Odisha Conclave 2018 has received commendable response from the corporates and general public alike, and the person who has been instrumental and a constant guiding force in making this event successful, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than our beloved Chief Minister, Shri Jukta Naveen Patnaik ji. So may I now invite our Honorable Chief Minister to kindly deliver the keynote address.
distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be here today for the valedictory session of the Make in Odisha Conclave 2018. I'd like to thank each one of you for joining Odisha's juggernaut towards becoming the manufacturing hub of the East. We have seen an overwhelming response from the industry in this conclave, and I thank you for reaffirming your faith in the state and her people. We are enthused with the participation of captains of industry, young entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, MSMEs, students and experts from across various sectors. I am glad that I am Odisha. The theme of this year's conclave has been a grand success. Many fascinating cases of entrepreneurs and innovators from across the state have emerged from this campaign. It is a matter of immense satisfaction that Odisha has been adjudged the best state in the country in the field of skill development by the Government of India for the last 2 consecutive years. Our mission is to create an iconic brand, Skilled in Odisha. For this purpose, an MOU was signed with ITEES Singapore yesterday, which is the first of its kind in the country. Our aim is not only to make the youth of Odisha industry ready, but also to skill them in future technologies. Japan, having accepted our invitation to become the partner country, has demonstrated her commitment towards a lasting partnership with Odisha. I'd also like to thank the delegation from 19 other countries who've joined us during the conclave. Our aim has been to facilitate diversified investments in the state and generate employment for our youth. I'm pleased to inform you that the total investment intents received by the state as a lead up to this event and during this event are to the tune of rupees 4,19,574 crores. I repeat, rupees 4,19,574 crores. More importantly, these proposed investments have the potential to generate 5,91,000 additional jobs for the youth of Odisha. We are committed to ensure grounding of most of the investments by the time we meet again for the Make in Odisha Conclave in 2020. Additionally, my government will form dedicated teams to follow up with industry captains to plan and build long-term partnerships. I'm happy to inform you that we'll be organizing the 3rd edition of Make in Odisha Conclave during November the 30th to December the 4th, 2020. I look forward to seeing all of you in the Make in Odisha Conclave 2020. Thank you. Bande Utkal Janani. Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, for your notable keynote address. Your vision and leadership has enthused the state in forging ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now invite Chairman and Managing Director of the Odisha Industrial Infrastructure Development Corporation and request him to kindly propose a vote of thanks.
Every good thing has to come to an end. Honorable Chief Minister, sir, honorable ministers, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Honorable Chief Minister for his gracious presence here today. It is because of your visionary leadership and guidance that this conclave has been a great success, sir. I thank Honorable Minister Industries for his continuous support and direction in all our initiatives. I thank all the captains of the Indian industry, experts from across sectors, and delegates from India and abroad for their presence in the conclave and for being a partner in the state's growth story. I thank all the departments of the state government who have collaborated to make this event a great success. I again thank FICCI, our national industry partner, PwC, our investment promotion advisors, State Bank of India, our banking partner, and all our sponsors for partnering with us in organizing this conclave. Ladies and gentlemen, senior officials and colleagues from the government, friends from the print and electronic media, thank you all for joining this valedictory session. Looking forward to see you all during the third edition of Make in Odisha in 2020. Thank you.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the conclusion of the valedictory session. Over the next 2 days, you can attend the various sectorial sessions, including the academic meet, the women entrepreneurship, CSR, media and entertainment, and many others. A 36 hours hackathon is also being organized over the next 2 days, and we look forward to your presence. Ladies and gentlemen, it was wonderful having you here. I'm Sanati Pani, signing off. Namaskar.
I would like to thank Shri Bibhu Mahapatra for his truly beautiful fashion show tonight. I'm so proud that a young Indian is doing so brilliantly in the world of high fashion.